dirty,
dirty, dirty, dirty,
dirty,
dirty, dirty,
dirty,
dirty, dirty,
dirty.
Tell the people more about the advantages of our product.
They never lose their cool.
Expand your mind. But I've got a better source of information.
Dirty.
Yeah. Dirty 30 beat down Brown and Ed Winnington.
Yes,
And
sir.
Speaking of winning, man.
I see
Speaking
what
of
you did
winning.
there, sir. I was like, hold on, man. That's not what that was the next segment. We're gonna bang this one out the whole 30. Okay, let's do it.
Boy,
Yeah, K Dot did his thing. I was trying to relax. I actually I didn't have the day off. I took the day off. I took that,
Amen.
Juneteenth off. And yeah, man, chilled out with the lady and her phone going off, my phone going off, and I didn't even realize there was an epic performance going on in LA. Go ahead if you want to go ahead and drop the knowledge on them real quick on that epic event.
This is weird, and I'm going to equate it to something that I'm going to equate it to a team that I don't like. I'm going to equate it to a player that I don't like, even though he won a bowl with us. This is Tom Brady-esque. And what I mean by that is, we grew up around a lot of great dynasties. We grew up with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is only 1 or 2 years, 3 years older than us. So with that being the case, sorry to reveal your age on them, brother.
That's all right, man. You got to be alive for that. So go ahead.
Exactly. So we watched the whole. When you say, "Oh, I remember when hip hop did this. I remember when hip hop did this. I remember how big this was, that was,
Right.
or whatever." We remember all of the big shit. We were around for all of the big shit. And if we weren't directly involved, we got homies, we got whatever.
Cousins.
Yeah.
We got family. Like I said,
I got people that was at the first Fresh Fest. You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? I
That
got
part.
people that was at the Fever. For real, like they're active
Yeah.
at the Fever. You go up to Pittsburgh, go see the OG Paradise. You know what I'm saying? He was at the tunnel constantly. You know what I'm saying? He was running security at the tunnel. So it's like, what this stuff looks like. My man, you was at the the Def Jam tour or Hard Knock Life tour?
Hard Knock Life. Yeah,
you was
Hard
at
Knock
the Hard
Life
Knock
tour.
Life tour. I got to go see the big Eminem tour. The was that Up in Smoke?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got to go see the Up in Smoke tour and all that other stuff. We saw it. We saw the first Roots picnic. All this stuff. All these big, huge events that were what they were, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got people that was at Summer Jam. The reason why I say this is Brady-esque, because people could talk about the undefeated Dolphins. Cass could talk about the run of what the Steel Curtain did in Pittsburgh till now. People could talk about what Dallas did during the 80s, what the Niners did during the 80s, and all of these are epic things. But what the Patriots did during our active NFL watching time is unprecedented. What occurred on Juneteenth? Ebro said it best, man. He's like, it was one thing at Summer Jam when Takeover was a brand new song, and it was just like, oh shit, this motherfucker dissed 3 different motherfuckers in one song, and we ain't heard it. And you got the dog. I'm gonna holler at my boy Wit on this one. The WWF, I ain't say WWE, the WWF Attitude Era pops between you got pyrotechnics and wrestling pops for a diss show, dog.
It was a pop out, and for the lead in, you guys haven't picked up on what we're talking about. We're talking about the epic event in LA with Kendrick Lamar's pop out with Ken and friends. And yeah, man, he popped the fuck out. And I was like, oh, okay, because I was getting pieces of it, like I kept hearing five times. I was like, okay, so he did that song 5 times. They was like, no, you're not hearing me, fam. He did it 5 times in a row. And I was like, when you talk about stuff that's unheard of, you talk about putting a nail in a coffin. Jesus, 5 times in a row. You remember being in the club, ask our premier DJ for the family. Somebody like, beat down, run that back. 5 times in a row. You may hear it a couple times in an hour, here and there, but in the beginning, in the middle, and then before we went home. Yes. But back to back, and each time it got better and better and better and better. And it was just like that for me, that was unheard of. I'm thinking, okay, he did a set and he, every other song he put that he went back to that joint. But nah, man, nah, because I didn't get to see it. It was like, dude, he did it 5 times in a
All right.
row.
We got to cover this in sections as far as how this went. First of all, okay, so God bless the first hour of the show. Um, it was some folks that, because I deep dive into everything, shout out to the show, but I dive into music, like whether it's regional, whatever, very exclusively. So it's like a lot of those people, I did know there's a whole lot more that I didn't know in that first hour. And he was doing the one and dones. It was just like, okay, you putting on for the West. It might have been a couple favors to get some of the later on acts out there, whatever, like that. Like, yo, put my little homie on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But West Coast is a motherfucker. Shout out to Ray Vaughn up in that first hour. A couple other folks. Whatchamacallit, Jason Martin popped out there. That was my one beef. No DJ Quick for this one.
Okay.
DJ Quick didn't come out with Jason Martin. Jason Martin did the one joint from Chupacabra by himself.
Okay.
But it was still dope. I would have liked to have seen Quick there.
Speaking of no shows, once again, the game.
He did that to himself.
Again, this is the second time. Like, mind you, these monumental West Coast events, he's not a part of. The Super Bowl, no game. This, no games. Like, dude, you keep picking the wrong fucking side. It's like, dog, you picked Drake in this fucking battle. You sided with this dude. You got tweets out there, co-signing what Drake was doing and all this other bullshit. So, hey man, you get what you get.
Yeah, and trying to talk slick about, like, cats know what I was to their career. Yeah, if you let Kendrick tell you, he was incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
He was. It's Game and Wayne if you let Kendrick tell it. So
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest blow to him during all this was, you signed with who? You know how much I don't like this dude.
Yeah.
You know this is literally 12 years in the making. I don't like this dude. This is.
Have you not been listening? Have you not been listening? And you still went against the grain. In the fact that this dude is he's from Compton. This is your hood, and you wasn't even in the stands. You wasn't even invited. You wasn't even. That gotta hurt. I'm sorry, that gotta hurt. Just like he still ain't over the Super Bowl. That gotta hurt. They took Eminem.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, if he gonna be, I ain't gonna be there. They took Eminem over you.
Eminem and M then went back and tapped 50. like,
Bringing more dudes, everybody but you.
Yeah, and that's what this looked like. But to let you know, I'm gonna go back to who was there, how it went. But one thing is, did you see the Harlem thing?
No.
Oh, the Harlem Street Party that went on for blocks and blocks and blocks, banging nothing but Kendrick cuts.
Wow.
It was going
Bro,
on during the same time.
I didn't know they were. Yeah. This shit was global.
Because Rakim went and shot that out. He's up there like, it makes me wish that everything that I had going on, I would have canceled that and been out there.
Damn.
He's like, because what they had going on in Harlem and what I saw that went on out there, I wish I was there. He's like, this is one, and that's not a historian. That's a piece of hip hop history. Talking about
that part.
I wish I was
there. That's crazy. When you got
a part of it.
You got the God rap.
Yeah.
Saying something like that, saying, giving his stamp, like, dude, because we in another, this is the kids were tuned into this. Me, I'm trying to relax on my day off and chill with the lady and, lay back. This dude, he dropped the bomb, and brought everybody. But side
Yeah.
note, I saw a quote and it said, finally, after it was over, after the whole pop out was over, it said, finally, we have the right person doing the right thing. And I was like, to me, that summed it up. That was it. He's the guy. He was the guy who could pull this off in LA with no issues.
Remnant dropped something to me, and I had seen this TikTok before, and it got transposed over to IG, and he sent it to me. This one young lady saying this battle was never about Kendrick and Drake. And I was like, I don't really care to hear that because, yeah, it is. Homeboy don't like this dude. But
Right.
she put it down eloquently. It was as Kendrick coming from being a hip hop purist, somebody that fans out to this, somebody that loves the art form, loves the culture as a whole, with everybody
Yes.
that he deals with. This was about, I can't have a poser in my house. This is my house, dog. This isn't for you to somebody. Ebro and those guys were saying, no, it wasn't Ebro and those guys. It's one of the sports shows I listen to. They also do culture and hip hop on a sports show, and then they got a hip hop and culture show. Shout out to D-Lo and KC. They're like, is it the fact that Drake approaches this kind of like what people say with just punching the clock? He's just doing a job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that. But you can't claim you're the greatest
Yeah.
punching the clock.
Yeah.
You know,
When you setting it,
as
you
she
got a
said,
9 to 5 when Kendrick is 24/7.
yeah.
Whenever, however.
Like
you
how
know.
Homegirl put it down, Homeboy is cosplaying as this
Yeah.
street dude. You're
Yeah.
not, this isn't who you are, this isn't what you are. We've had posers in hip hop before that aren't everything they say they are, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But you're not sitting up there. No poser was up there saying they was better than Rakim.
Mm-hmm.
No poser was up there saying they was better than Jay-Z or Big. No poser was saying they was better than Pac. It was cats who really did this, who really loved the art, who was really in it, even if they wasn't a trench dude, if they were just an MC, because we're not saying you got to be a street dude, because the fact of the matter is, we're not, aside from what Royce is or Royce isn't, Royce's first thing isn't saying how much of a street dude he is, he's saying how much of an MC he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We aren't saying when you're looking at somebody like Black Thought. Black Thought's thing is, yeah, he's from Philly and he represents the streets, but he represents hip hop culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that, it's like, yo, I could say I'm one of the dopest to ever do it because I attacked it and approached this culture this way and in this manner. But going back to the West Coast aspect of it, you did it in the Great Forum, the Great Western Forum, where the Lakers used to play until '99. You in Inglewood, you got everybody and their grandmother out there rapping. You brought out Tommy the Clown, dog. You brought out the man who invented crumping.
Hey,
You brought that out for a set. You got
he
Mustard
represented,
brought a set.
man.
Dog.
He represented. He brought the whole. When you could bring the B's and C's together and they doing each other's dances, and no
and shaking
issues.
it up and dapping,
Yeah.
no issues.
No issues. Come on, man. He was the guy. He was the one that was like, okay, I got the torch. It ain't gonna be no fuck shit tonight. We coming together and we gonna show the world, not just LA. We gonna show the world, that we could, and I get to that lady's statement saying it's bigger than that whole beef shit. It was something else. Something else happened.
He's like, no, you can't be a poser and talk about you top of this game.
Right.
You can't be a poser and talk about you symbolize this. You have no culture. Because the fact of the matter is, there is no hate to Canada. I remember I was at one point during the early 2000s when Chaclair, Cardinal Official, Chaos, and all of them cats was coming from Canada and was loving them cats.
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
said, all them
Cardinal alone. Yeah.
Blackalicious and all them cats was coming from there, doing production on Method Man's albums and all that other stuff. I know I'm missing cats.
Was it K
Canada,
Tronada?
K Tronada is out of Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, no, we got love for Canada and we got love for Canadians because these cats are fire and they're
Right.
doing stuff. And every place on the planet has a hood. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the Jamaican and West Indian community up there. They are up there. But those folks is up there. They're in it. They're of it. They are rocking with the right people. They are doing their thing. They are who they are. And they have messed with some of the greats. Like, you know, it's not a question of, are these people really about it or whatever? He was not. And this was a celebration of stomping on the head of somebody who is not and was, dog.
They said the thing that probably hurt him the most wasn't the diss song. It was the fact that people he loved and look up to in the NBA was up on stage dancing to the fucking song. He said that had to crush his soul right there.
Russell DeMar on stage. Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan on stage, man. Freaking LeBron and his whole family in the crowd getting down. And
that gotta hurt. You know how big of NBA fan this kid is, that had to hurt.
I'm like, Kanye didn't come out for this, but to see Northwest sitting in the crowd
up
there going nuts.
Yeah.
And first of all, where was her supervision? Because she's up there by herself.
You know security around there, man. You know the goons is out.
It's like, did you sneak out the house for this?
Right. Girl? Did you Uber down there? What is wrong with you, little girl? What's wrong with you? But she was there. Everybody was there, but us old heads, you know. But yeah.
Shit, the old heads was in the building. Don Cheadle was in the building.
Hey man, look, it was star-studded in a good event.
James Harden hanging out with Rick Ross. The Weeknd hanging out. Who was The Weeknd with? Because the Weeknd was kicking it with somebody up in that piece. It's like everybody and their grandmother was up in that piece. It's like it's a bad look. Ty Dolla $ign performing up at that joint. You shot it out. I got cast that bang for real. My homie YG had a set
bro.
Joint, man.
YG is that cousin that used to spend a night, you know, and they mama never packed their bag right because he had on all the hood gear with church shoes on. You know, stepping. He had on some red bottom church shoes out there, you know, be walking. It was like, YG is something different, man. And that was the cousin that always wanted to race and will smoke anybody with church shoes on. And so when I see YG, that's the only thing I think of is that cousin, you know, who mama didn't pack the bag right. But yeah, go ahead, man.
This cat brought out Tyler, the Creator, and Steve Lacy. It was just like,
that's crazy. That is crazy. Everybody, man. All genres, just the West. It was the best of the West, and I loved it.
What's nutty about it is, I guess it would be more notable to go over the no shows than the shows. Like, okay, I wish this person, like, okay, I know Snoop is busy, but I would have loved to have seen Snoop there.
Right.
I would have loved to have seen E40 there.
They said he narrated.
Wait, oh crap, that is right.
Yeah,
that's the part I didn't catch. That was the part I didn't catch because I didn't.
Yeah, that's 40 was there, man. He was narrating. He was like, I'm blessed. I got the opportunity to do that. I mean, dog, he pulled everybody. Cube wasn't there,
wasn't there. That was the other one. But I mean, isn't Big 3 season going right now?
I think it is. So he probably was on some other stuff, but
there was a lot of people that was, but. Like, even the story of Roddy Ricch up there is like, yeah, he hollered at me, and I told him I'm in Paris right now at Paris Fashion Week. He's like, all right, I got this going on. He's like, I understand you can't be there. He's like, can't be there. He's like, no, I can cancel this. I can cancel this. I was expecting Vince to be there, but Vince is in the middle of his tour, and then Vince even tweeted, I was like, if he'd have told me Tommy the Clown was gonna be there. He's like, I would have canceled. He's like, I'd have pushed some dates back, and I'd have been there.
I think people would have understood. I think his folks would have understood. Yeah, but nobody knew it was going to be like that. I don't think nobody projected this type of event to even take place and the peacefulness of it. And I think that's why it's not getting the coverage it should, because I think they were rooting for something fucked up to happen and it didn't. And on such a on a historic day, they don't want to give it its props.
Dog, it's the magnet.
Exactly. It's huge for us. That's huge for us.
It's huge because, like you said, you got the B's, C's, Pyrus,
all sets,
all in one,
all the sets,
all up in there, and then on top of having all the sets all up on there, they peace, they kicking it, they representing, they wilding, they having a good time. It was chill. Everybody was there for one common cause. The show was huge. Like I said, it looked like some WWF shit, dog. It looked like a WrestleMania. It looked like a SummerSlam. It was bigger than Summer Jam. You know,
and we've never seen that in the hip hop form coming off some diss shit. But like you said, to go back to that Summer Jam with Hove did it.
I'm talking about just off a show level.
Yeah, that was huge.
To be like, this is my show. I'm going to put who I want in it, and I'm gonna do this. So it's like, this is like, honestly, this is like Dre bringing out the Lowriders on the Up in Smoke. That's what this is like, and to do that on the strength of, now we can bring it back on the strength of a diss.
Yeah, that's just it. The diss was the last part. The thing we worried about is the unity. That's what makes it so slick. I'm saying,
all of this was the pop out and show niggas. This is the pop out. You know what I'm saying? So on the strength of me having to shut this fool completely down.
Yeah.
Like, you got this type of, I got pyro, I got multiple camera effects. I got the flames going. I got the fireworks in the joint. I got everybody and their grandmother up in here. And then we gonna keep it so West Coast. That's like, some folks gonna be like, what's going on here? Explain what this means right here.
Yeah.
What's going?
Yep.
Somebody had the funniest things. Like, one dude that was on stage, he's like, after the NBA players, one of the first people with Kendrick led up on stage. Homeboy had on Lokes and a full face mask and do-rag. That dude got warrants. You ain't uncovered nothing for that. You ain't uncovered nothing for that picture or for that photo op.
Exactly. You ain't gonna be like, we got him. He was at the concert. Nope. Hell no. You ain't gonna pixelate my face and get me all jammed up. No. But this event was so epic, man, and I just love that there was no bullshit. Everybody came together, like you said, under one umbrella, and everybody just had looked like everybody was having a good time, man. And so my other question is, do Drake just take the rest of the summer off?
If he's smart.
Like, seriously, like, dude, put that quality time in with your kid. Just don't come to the West. Just stay in Canada. Work on your garden, do something, man. Find a new hobby. But I think it'd be wise if he just let the dust settle, because this is going to be talked about for a minute. This is it. That song is the song of the summer. But go ahead, man.
Shout out to Arafat. I was talking with him about it last night.
Okay.
And it's funny because he's like, okay, what does this cat do from here? I don't say he can't be a pop star again, but this is worse than Ja Rule, man.
Oh, this is way worse.
This is worse than
this
Ja
is
Rule.
way worse than that. This is Milli Vanilli status. Like when the tape popped. You know, this is that.
You had literally the only. I would have loved at the end of King's Dead if they'd have brought Future out and then went right into Like That. That was one thing I would have loved if they'd have pulled that. They had the and then they gone from that right into Like That.
Mm-hmm. But they said he did his verse. They said he did his verse.
No. No. They cut it off.
Okay.
They had the hook play.
Okay.
With his voice on it, but then they cut the song, and then you had the Black Hippie reunion. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to hear the cut off of Ab Soul's album, because that last Ab Soul album was ridiculous. I would have liked to hear seeing Yearn on there, Yearn 101 on there. You know, even though
But
they
it's
did do
always
collard greens,
in hindsight, we always go back and be like, we wish we could have saw such and such. But again, like,
it
we could do
was
that segment and also the no shows or those
yeah,
who I can't even say no shows. You just wasn't invited. I know you was home. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So you need to link up with Game and go to Europe.
yeah,
Go tour
yeah.
in Europe
It's
for the summer, fam.
Drake
Yeah.
right now in this situation. There's no comeback for it, especially for the fact of, all right, you tried to reclaim BBL Drizzy on that sexy red joint. That was awful.
Hmm.
It wasn't even laughable. That was just awful. It was a
Hmm.
bad look. It was sad. It was literally sad. It's like watching that cat who popped his ACL for the last 3 seasons. And
Yep.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play.
Grand Hill
And you,
effect. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
ooh, yeah,
Sorry.
pretty
Sorry.
much. It's
Yeah,
like
the
it's
Grand
like
Hill
man,
effect.
just
So
just go ahead and see if you can get a job in the booth, man. You don't need to
yeah.
be doing this. And then to come back is like, oh, there ain't another accent you can sell me. And then to go do that, I'm faking like I'm doing African music or whatever he was doing with the fake accent again. It's like, dog, I knew it
That's
was
what I say. Take the summer off, man. Get
I
your
knew
shit
it
tight and
I
go
knew
back
it
to
was
acting.
I knew it was bad. He was the lead single for Kamaya Caballo's album. And she went ahead and dropped the Lil Nas X single instead of the joint she did with you.
It's a
I
wrap.
knew it was bad, and this is way before
Yeah.
that was during. Honestly, that might have been during 616 in L.A. That what you call it might not even come out. Not like us might not even come out yet. And she opted to not have that be her lead single. The label opted to not have that be her lead single. And I'm waiting for. I ain't never waited for a pop album to come out to see if they even erase him from the album, which will hurt even worse if he's not even on the album whatsoever. This is not a good look, man. He
Epic
is
event.
definitely
I
definitely
hope.
getting brushed from history.
Yeah.
But
I hope that we
the,
could get more of this vibe and more of this unity and just more shine. I hope this.
did you peep the outfit though?
Yeah.
Did you peep the symbolism behind Kendrick's outfit? The
Pac.
fact that he was
Yeah.
the pop, but the other part of it too, with the fact that he did a hoodie instead of a t-shirt or a sweatshirt,
Hmm.
being the fact that it almost mocks the Hotline Bling outfit too a little bit, and that's why he did when he did the A minor, he did the
Yeah.
Hotline Bling dance. It's like, oh, you's an asshole. You're an asshole on so many levels. But beside, and by the way, they because he walked out to it, they actually ran not like a 6 times. The reason why he ran not like a 6 times is two reasons behind it. One, because after the charged up back to back at OVO Fest to stomp on Meek Mill's head, Drake ran it 6 times, ran back to back 6 times
Okay.
on Meek Mill. So that was the first thing. The second thing is they were actually shooting the video. So if you saw what they were doing was when they were doing the multiple weeks, doing the wop wop wop, and they were doing all
Yeah.
the different camera angles, that was for the video. Then bringing only the NBA players and a couple of other people up there, mustered a couple of the NBA players up there, then bringing everybody up there and the photo op. They were shooting the video
Got it.
while they were
Okay.
doing the show. But so, couple reasons for the repeats. So some of it is symbolism. Some of it was actually folks was there at a
Footage.
live video shoot.
Footage, but it
Dog.
still worked out well.
Oh,
And
it was crazy. It was crazy. It's
shout out to K Dot for the unity and the symbolic day and everything he did for that event, man. The way he put that whole play together, man. Nothing but love for the dude. And the West Coast is definitely active again. You know, I can't even say the
Kendrick.
West Coast, man. He bringing everybody back.
Man,
Everybody's
hip
coming out.
hop is
So
active, man.
yeah, hip hop is
We're
active.
actually hearing bars. They're being talked about, man.
Yeah.
We're actually hearing bars. Um, any albums you want to shout out besides the ones that we talked about at the beginning? Anything new that you want to,
Now,
make sure
again,
folks listen to?
I'm stuck on the what you sent me last week or whatever. The no
No Worries
worries.
and Chupacabra.
Yeah,
Got you.
that's it. I'm stuck on that until further notice. I'll get in some other stuff right now, but I'm zoning out with those two for right now.
All right, I'm going to shout out the Ural Droog album. Is crazy, especially he got that DBZ with Meth and Denzel Curry. That song is absolutely nuts. And Hot Take, everybody talks about J. Cole's run of features. I think Meth had a nastier run of features for these last couple of years because that Meth on DBZ is absolutely nuts. Meth on that Real Nigga Roll Call with Rascast and Fizzy Woe and them was absolutely nuts. Meth has just been on one. So check that Ural Drew, but check that DBZ with the Meth verse. What else was I banging last night? Shit, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Oh, Boldly James and Conductor Williams got a new album coming out, and that lead single off of that is absolutely nasty. So yeah, hip hop is back, and cats is dropping left and right, and Rakim is coming soon. My man's got to sit with it for a second with that lead single. He said,
Real quick, like all I needed was that snippet, and it was like, here we go. Okay, so
sit with it for a second, man. They did that one, man, and
Okay.
the production was nice, man. It was a throwback, but the production was nice too, man. It was right.
all right, man. All right, like I said,
thank
man.
you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Yeah, like I said, thank you, subs. Please get down in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Check out all the shows that's on the Swivel Room. Yeah, man, we ain't gonna shout out all them damn names, man. There's a whole bunch of shit y'all can get into. Whatever your vibe is, we got it. So please jump in, check us out, get down in those comments, let us know what's going on. Like, share, subscribe.
Most definitely. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.